Hey guys, it's me, Wild Neptune. So, today, just gonna do the Crab Fight Level 4 Max 9 debuffs on it with a team of Renoa, Ray, and Nia. Hope you enjoy. Let's go. Okay, start of turn. I will have these 3 upgrade cards in my hand because they have initiation. So, Guidance of Utility will allow me to heal anytime I draw a card with an ability outside my draw phase. I have 2 Echo Sorrows, which will create a Dirge Bullet at the start of every single turn. So very nice to have. So let's mulligan this one away, because we gotta use these 3, of course. And we actually mulligan into the best one we could get, which is a, what do you call it? The Forbidden Codex? No, Forbidden Algorithm, it's called. So, Forbidden Algorithm is a lead card, so it casts for a free because of our trinket, and this one has draw 3, so +1, so draw 4, and also create a random forbidden card in our hand, which is very nice, depending on what the card is. Now, this card costs 3 normally, however, again, because of our free, and we got a lot of value from it. Pretty bonkers cards with the right setup, and we got this one, Forbidden Ecstasy of Violence. So this is a retain, it's some damage, and anytime we draw a card with an ability, this card's cost decreases by 1. It starts at 9, by the way. And it is on Ray, because Ray is the character who owned the initial card that created this. So let us actually use these upgrade cards right now. And see right there, it's already down to 3 already. So this card here, Confiscation, will get a random forbidden card from my graveyard or from my deck to my hand. And yes, we have more of them. Also, it draws another card just by itself. So let's do that. So there we go. And you see right there, we drew so many cards that now on the first turn of the fight, this card's 0. Which is pretty nuts. Now, what do I want to do? So, I can make some Dirge Bullets. That seems pretty good. So, I actually think, though, how many Dirge Bullets would I make? I would make... I want to make at least 6. So, when I cast this, this will be 2, 4, 6... Okay, yeah, plenty. Sure. So, let's do this. Just do some damage. And then we can make the Dirge Bullets. There we go. Look at all of that. Beautiful. And we can just discard, and pretty good first turn right there. Okay, so we get the Eternal Hunger. This is like Curiosity. We get a Starville Godfather, which is our big damage card we have. Let's use the Curiosity first to see what we get from here. So look at 3, draw 1. Let us draw that one. Put the gear bag. Okay. Do I have this? I have that. I can maybe get. I think I want to do that. I think I want to do Adagio. Let us discard this card. Try to fish for the upgrade. We don't get it, but we do get this upgrade here to do a little bit more damage. Now we can Confiscation again to get another card. Okay, we get this back. We can do some more damage. Looks pretty nice there. So let us do that. Just do the damage. Okay. I should have done this first for the morale, but you know, whatever. Now I think we Godfather. Do a little more damage there. We can just get that out of our deck by exhausting it. We take some damage there, but perfectly fine right now. Okay, so what do we have here? He's gonna summon this turn, so kind of an off turn. We can set up a little bit now. Let us just do this. Predators. We can do that, and we can also use our Last Ditch. Nobody's really hold it right now because we draw so much, we cycle so much. That's not really worth it, in my opinion. This is perfectly fine. just do the damage, you know. We're not really going to sustain or anything. Alright, now, let us Soul Rip. Start off the bat. We can Adagio. We can get rid of Eternal Hunger to draw 2 more Nia cards. We proc the Shuffle. Okay, got another Eternal Hunger. We get the Dark Condensation. Now we're gonna buff the Godfather, because it's the best card for us to buff right there. Okay. Let us now mulligan away some cards here. So let's mulligan away you, and you. Sure. Let's Predators. G-Chord. Okay. Good, like lucky. Okay. And let's get rid of this contamination also. Alright, and these bullets go off. And the instant judgment also goes off. Pretty good right there. Pretty good turn. Overall. Alright, so we get the confiscation. We'll get a forbidden card, and we get that one, and another confiscation. So let's do that. We'll use it. Okay, sure. Let us... Okay. This is what we're gonna do. Do this. Now we do this. Discard all of those. Yeah, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now we do this. In order to get them all back. There we go. Okay, and now we just hardcast a few of them because we can. And, well, it's dead. Okay, yeah, that's the fight. Pretty good overall, I would have to say. Really explosive turns. It turns out that you can get with the setup. You get to get a little bit lucky there, but yeah, I've done this a couple of times with this team. I've also done it using a Yuki team. Also, if you want to see that, I can make a video for that also too. So yeah. Anyway, let's look at the builds and the characters. So all the characters are level 55 with level 50 partners. This is the Nia. So the cards I have for the save data is going to be like this. So 2 Eternal Hungers to Gear Bag, 2 Adagios with the draw 1, discard with the discard 1, draw 2, 1 Curiosity, 1 Mute Accent with discard all, a G-Chord to use the top card of my deck. With the Divine Epiphany for the cost 0. Also a Soul Rip with Retain and the Heal and the Decibel for 1 turn. I also have these items here for my equipment. So 8% ally attack, damage for some little bit of shielding, and also this so I inflict a random debuff, when I'm attacked, which is okay. Now, see here, I actually had 40 points to play around with. I think if I would have known that, because when I made this, I was fishing for maybe another copy. Like, I wanted to copy, like, the gear bag, and that would be another, like, 30 points, give it to 150. The cap in this character, I think, was a 160. This actually might have been a 170 save. I don't remember. But, if I would have known, I actually think I would have got rid of an amp therapy. Because as you see, I don't really want to cast these. These are okay in, like, during chaos. But during the actual, like, outside of chaos fights, you never really want to use these, unfortunately. So I think if I get rid of even both of these, be pretty good to, like, optimize even more for this setup right here. Also, the G-Chord I really want is the one where I look at 3 cards and choose one to activate. I think that's the best one you can get. There are other ones too. Also for Soul Rip, I think for Renoa setups in particular, you really want the one with upgrade, so you just use it and forget about it. As you saw, I had a lot of, like, not a lot, but a few, like, turns where I didn't really do anything, and Soul Rip is just kind of in my hand, and if I could use a Soul Rip as an upgrade card, it makes my future turns a lot easier to set up, a lot less thinking overall. I also think I would have liked to copy Curiosity. I think this is Curiosity and this particular Adagio are Nia's two like strongest cards overall. Gear Bag. Um, I actually kind of wish this was Rally instead, or maybe a um the Confiscation instead of this. I think those two cards are strictly better now than this one because it lets me keep drawing cards no matter what, cycling my deck no matter what throughout like a longer fight like we just had. So I think this is very good, obviously, but I do think Valley and Confiscation are just better right now. And I have two of these. Eternal Hunger. I'm not sure if two is too many. One of them you definitely want. This is by far like the most broken combo of a forbidden card you can have with any character, in my opinion. But yeah, memory fragments go. Here we go. 2/2/2. Defense HP. So Nia doesn't really need any damage at all. Just wants survivability. Equal recovery because of the potential right here, which doesn't actually come up that much overall. So not really sure how needed this is, but we have it, right? I like Nia. I think she's a cute character. So yeah, Renoa. So her save data is going to be like this one, and we have second method. We have some shielding right here, some extra damage. So the deck is pretty small actually, 11 cards for her. We have two of these Annihilation Shots. We have, of course, two Echo Sorrows. We have one Instant Judgment there for the, the extra attack. We have two Battle of Pitch Blacks, and they're different actually because it was copied before the Epiphany. So one of them will do some marks to the target, and the other one will exhaust the bullets in my graveyard. So when I have too many bullets, I want to get rid of them, I can do that. I have this flower here, which is exhaust, and I can discard all the cards, create the Dirge Bullets. Really nice. Gets me a lot of Dirge Bullets, and also gets me a card out of my deck. I do have this Confiscation, which I picked up at the very last bonfire. Unfortunately, it did not epiphanize. And I had room, as you saw, only 130 points. But still good, for the overall team setup. Because even though Renoa herself doesn't have a Epiphany, like I'm saying, a forbidden card, because none of the forbidden cards are like really that good on Renoa overall. I can still get one for like Nia's or like Ray's, something like that, right? And of course, the monster card, Forbidden Godfather. Monster cards are a really big investment because they're 80 points and even more with 90 points now with the Epiphany. So, draw 1, 6, but like 50 times 4 with 6 agony and draw 1. Pretty good, especially when you combine it with like upgrade cards and even more damage and stuff like that. So this thing stacks up pretty quickly. I think draw 1's okay. But there are definitely better ones that you can get overall. This one that like always attacks like weakness and stuff like that. So some really, really good effects you can get with it. Potential right here, basically like pretty filled up. I'm still farming this for some more crit damage and everything like that. You saw our stats right there. Trying to get that 60%. Memory fragments were on the 4 crit damage set and the 2 2 step for more crit damage than 1 overall. So see the year right here. So pretty good. The only piece that isn't really that good, I would say, is this one, and I just don't have any more void damage cards. Like I tried getting rolled in this one, but I couldn't really find crit chance. I really want crit chance to on this one, and maybe on one more card, I'll get to that magical 60% that I need for this one. And finally, we have the Ray. So unfortunately, she's in deep trauma right now. This is the save data. the most important card is this one. So at the start of the turn, I activate a random lead card in my hand, which is pretty nice. Also the mulligan, and this one here, because I draw so many times, just do a little bit extra damage. Honestly, this doesn't really mean anything unless I get a forbidden card that lets me do damage from algorithm, because this card right here, Guides of Utility, amazing card in my opinion. With this card, you can basically have no, if you have enough draw in your deck, you can basically have no other cards that heal at all, and you can basically be healthy for the entire fight. Like, the boss pretty much has to one-shot you with the right setup with this card. So, spectacular card, in my opinion. Algorithm you saw, so only thing here is that it's 170 points, which is like the maximum you can get. This is from a 15. So yeah, the only problem is that I didn't get offered any copies of any erased cards. I would have liked to copy a Snack Time, maybe, or yeah, or maybe that's what the only thing I could copy, right? The Snack Time, because then it would have been over the limit. So yeah, kind of unfortunate there. Also, I don't know. It's like maybe I get rid of a gear bag, and I instead, like, I ditch a gear bag, and I also ditch a dark blade, or even the strike of darkness. I think strike is okay, right? But I don't think I need both dark blades, for non-chaos. I think in chaos having both of them is decent, because Ray to heal, a lot of the times you can't always guarantee you're going to get this card in chaos, obviously, so you have to actually attack to heal, and even that little bit of healing, that like 80-90 points of healing you get with her for like, one fight, that adds up over time. So, and there are plenty of times where I just don't have any of Ray's attacking cards in my hand in chaos, and I miss up on the heal, and like down the road it makes the run a lot harder to do. So, but outside of chaos, if we really want to optimize for like fights like we just did, I do think that maybe getting rid of one dark blade might be the way to go. Potential, not really invested that far into. I don't really think these are worth getting overall, because only really good in chaos and not really that much trouble right now. As my refractors right now, I'm on a 2-2 attack defense, and damage and healing, and I am on defense, like offensive subs right here, and actually pretty good, I would say, overall gear. Why is this one upgrade? Because this one's like kind of bad, I would say. It's okay. It doesn't have crit chance though. I think that's why I didn't upgrade it. So yeah, but I do think, as you saw, we didn't really attack at all with her. Well, we did get that forbidden card, which we attacked with her. But I think you can actually just put her on like full defensive instead, and just let your damage dealer carry the fight. But yeah, I would say relatively well geared, and well brought up units. Obviously the knees at E6, the raised at E6 also, and Renoa is only E1, so not the most insane Renoa, but it does have a dupe overall. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you're still here, thanks for watching till the end. I'm Neptune. It's been a good one. Till next time.